Hi, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with the 16th session of Planetary Fragments Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We have Austin as Yarok, we have Ryan as Rin, we have Bob as...
Yin.
Yeah. And we have Nick as Jimmy, and we just started this. We get about 20 minutes in, and I'm like, there's no record light. So they kind of know what's going on. But last time, y'all fought, you continued the fight into the next room. They had a defensive line, and Rin just rode right around that, attacked him from the back, smashed through their defenses, took out a spell-slinging demon. Once through the fight, you checked that there were no further threats. The only one is a two-headed dog creature. And you gathered up the magical loot off of the bodies. And so you currently got your remaining area, although the cavern is obviously still all around, but as an idea and reminder of what the immediate area that you really haven't gotten to search is. What do? You probably have a good idea.
Take photos of the dead bodies.
The first thing I do is I go and build myself a golden reliquary for my
there's
spell.
a forge in the room with the
camera's hot.
I'll roll for it. It's a 20.
That's a 1.
It's also a D4, but he did get that when he rolled for it the first time around. I was like, I ain't gonna take that for you. You get your special statue thing.
I compost bodies in a pit, except it's not a pit, so I just feed them to the gelatinous cube instead.
Yes.
And he kills the dog.
And I kill the dog.
Yeah, so you take about a half minute as this two-headed dog is double whining at you.
It's a trick. It's a demon creature.
It's a monstrosity. It's not a demon creature.
Foul beast.
Well, yeah, monstrosities are demon creatures. We've established. They don't talk. They're not people. The law is clear on what is allowed and what isn't.
Yeah, so you take all the stuff off of bodies and get rid of those.
No matter the guilt I personally feel, my character feels fully justified in killing that creature that's trying to trick me into feeling sympathy for it.
Mm-hmm. Fine, you murder it. It's dead.
I think you're just saying if it talks, it's a people, so that you can continue to badger me about the badger.
I mean, that is kind of a good point, though.
Yeah. Rin, will you help me search this big room? If you're not doing anything? Or...
Other than taking pictures of the dead bodies in that same room.
Yeah, I was taking pictures. Let's see, we're still banking on us getting a pearl for casting Identify on these items instead of just like short resting them.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, sure. I'll help search the room, see if there's anything else going on.
17. It would have been funnier if it was a 6 again on the advantage, but...
For the first time.
Yes. So 26.
26 is enough that you find there's food and like cheap wines and stuff in barrels. There's stacks with bedding and pillows and stuff like that. For
any of the pillows with feathers?
Yeah, there's a couple that are feather pillows. You know what? Since I'm the one that screwed up and didn't record, sure, you get another luck check too on that.
1!
For fuck's sake.
Because I'm helpful!
For fuck's sake.
Still no owl feathers. You do, however, find underneath the bar that there is like a handle, like a drawer handle kind of thing.
Do you have any more, what are they? Infusions left?
No, but I could probably switch some around. Why? What you need?
I was gonna have you cast Enhance Ability on Mr. Lucky.
Oh, no, that's a spell slot.
Oh, okay.
That's a level 2 spell. I got none of those left. I have one level 1 spell left.
You also, on the bodies, you find keys to actually open up the cell door so you don't have to keep crawling through the broken part. And then, of course, in that room over there was the, manure and stuff from the gray monstrosity that had called it home.
So what's under the table?
There's a little handle, built into the side wall of like one of the shelves in the bar.
Check it out and open it. Or pull on the handle.
Yeah, it
So we
pulls
found-
out, and there's like a chest that is like built in underneath the bar that it's like the side handle of that pulls out as you tug on it.
Pull it
Also,
out.
Secret handle.
make a dex save.
This one I can check for chance. Natural 1.
Natural 1.
That's still 10. Also, was Ryan nearby?
Would it affect me?
Well,
Yeah, and would you get a +6?
yeah. Would that have been a 16?
No, Ryan was not reliably nearby.
Oh,
But you
okay.
take 5 piercing and 2 poison damage
Yeah.
as you lift up the handle and pull, and basically
Little needle.
as it pulls it, yeah, like a needle thing like shoots down.
Sad.
If only you were still sitting there near death from the before, but
Yeah. And take my reaction and half that damage.
fine. Because it was so much damage as it is.
So much that I plan not to write it down. But no, I will. But
But anyways, yeah, so chest pulls out. It's about yay big.
any keyholes that match keys, or is it locked, or just trapped?
There is a keyhole on it, but it's just like a latch that's sitting there.
I'll check the keyhole for traps.
Yeah.
Then check the keys I have for any fitted, then I'll pick it. In that order. Investigation is 26.
The lock does not appear to be trapped.
Any of the keys I have fit it?
No, the keys you have are much too big.
Okay, then I'll pick the lock.
As you put your picks in, you find that the lock isn't actually latched, though.
Oh. Flip it up.
Then you
Opens
get
up.
hit with the trap.
No. But it is full of rough cut gems and fine stones and all that.
Oh, okay.
Any pearls?
Make a luck check with advantage.
7 or 9.
Are you sure?
There's one very small pearl
Worth 99G.
worth percentile gold.
Percentile.
I think he's gonna roll it. No?
Yeah! No, that's a 1.
No, that's a 10. It's the 10 space. That's 100.
Is it double zeros are 100, or 10 and 0 equal 100?
What would normally read as 10? Either way would read it as 10. Either of the methods to read that would
Looks
be
like
10.
100 to me. The
Mhm.
10's on the left. That's a 1.
That's a 10. 0, 1, 0. It's 10.
It's a 1.
So either way, it wasn't double zero, so
No.
worth 10 gold.
Double 0 or what is it? 0 and 90 are two different ways. Because apparently there's more than one way to read those dice.
No, I would expect double.
Yeah, so would
to be
I.
100.
So would I.
That's the 10.
But I've heard arguments of other ways, but neither of the ways would call that so.
Okay. So, anyways, get all the gems and stuff and sort it out on a bag on the table. Then all the other gold in the room. Are we going with the last roll or roll them again?
Whatever the goal was, at 48.
Yes, 48.
Yeah, 48 amongst the pocket change. Yeah.
Yes. Then gather up all the metal stuff. What would a check to be to get the street value, or if all of this weapon, mundane weaponry would be worth taking and selling later?
It is very bulky, but it is probably.
Hold
I
on,
don't
didn't
know.
you also say there was plate armor
Yeah.
here? Is there any plate
Yeah, I mean it's.
besides the magic armor?
So can we just study all this stuff during short rests, or what?
I mean, yeah, that's another way.
Why do we... We'll just spend all of our time here, then. doing that.
Let's see. So there was one set that was magic, so there are 2 sets of plate armor that aren't.
Okay, so 2 full plates,
Oh, okay.
because that's really the big ticket of mundane items.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and search this room and
Yep.
find the journal and our other proton packs, which
Yes, you find 14 proton packs, or whatever is one shy of the total number that...
I don't think you ever said.
Yeah, I don't know if I did or not, but if I did, then it's one shy of that, because
Yes.
there is still one unaccounted for. There were the 2 that were checked out, and then all the others were missing. It's all but one from that.
Yes.
There is a journal, big hefty thing.
Another urn of Hades.
Yeah, a Hades urn.
Stop helping let him finish his damn descriptions, Nick.
Yeah. Just because I forgot to record the first time doesn't mean you get to be
No,
a jerk.
this is him having. He just does this during conversations too.
Alright,
He just
So
finally
this
gets to
is-
guess correctly for once.
yeah, you find a Hades urn. From the dust, it appears that there was another that was there until recently. There is a big pile of like gold and stuff. And something that suspiciously looks like a pearl sitting just on the top of the pile, but too far past the bars to reach. In that little side room that's portcullised off. And there, alchemy supplies and such in jars and stuff on the table. And there is a lever just in the wall.
I could now summon I could summon a celestial into that room and have him push all the stuff out.
I think it'll be easier just to have someone lift the portcullis, but I investigate the lever, then pull that. Right.
Clunk as you pull it down from the wall behind it. Kind of makes a clunky noise.
I will specifically investigate this wall to see if there's a secret entrance or something here.
Behind the lever.
20.
Not that you can tell.
Then I'll lift the lever and redo it. Does it clunk?
Clunk.
Then back down.
Clunk.
Then I'll come around.
Where are you leaving it at?
Switched.
Down? Okay.
Come out here, search around here. 19.
Nothing that you can tell.
I'm just following along this line, coming to this room. Search that wall. 26.
I like that that's the one you at least rolled well on, is the one that clearly has something for the dwarven portion. Well, this one does have strange columns that weren't present on the other that could be hiding something behind it, but...
So push on it and try to lift it, see if there's any stuff here.
I mean, there's maybe something that's behind the thing, but you're not seeing necessarily a way to...
Okay. Well, when Austin gets back from dropping off bodies, ask him to, well, first, come see if we can open this portcullis, and we're gonna hit this wall, because we believe something's... Oh, I go back, before I do that, kerclunk it to the other section, come back and check this.
Okay. And you're just checking the wall itself.
Like, pushing in, checking the pillars all around it.
Okay.
Like, I'm doing a thorough investigation of this area, trying to figure out how to get in.
Of the wall and pillars, got it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still over there, you're messing with the forge.
Also, because I assume we've had TV, I also pull on that torch to see if it opens.
And from the center, the bricks pull apart as the wall, the wall kind of pulls off mostly to the right-hand side.
I swear out loud, it could have just as easily been a bookcase.
I just go, you're a stereotype.
And that was, you'd left it up because you went and flipped it for checking.
And traps!
What, does it fit?
It was a little little notice. Your green.
Yes.
Check the folder.
I mean, I gave you color-coordinated folders on purpose. So yeah, there's a little door that opens and to a little room, and there's a strange-looking box sitting in the room beyond.
Pick
Well,
it up and open it.
first, this is a goddamn stereotype. I'm going to take a rock and throw it at it.
Find a piece of brick.
Mm-hmm. Dex.
Disadvantage.
Because I'm untrained with bricks. It's
It's
fine.
an improvised weapon.
So 13.
Well, it's not a critical.
Yeah. So 18 to hit.
Yeah, you hit. Boom. And the box kind of shifts a little bit where it sits.
That's just what a mimic would do. A really good mimic, the most dangerous kind.
Go pull the lever. I say as I'm forging. It
You don't even know about the lever.
He knows the clunk, clunk, clunk. Go do whatever the clunk was.
Yeah, go clunk it again. See
Oh.
if that changes something.
Okay, you watch in here. I'll go clunk.
Okay. I don't stop what I'm doing.
I'll
Go-
watch.
Yeah.
Put it down.
Mm-hmm.
Kerclunk.
And Ryan was watching this room. Anything change?
You can kind of hear the kerclunk from the back wall.
Back wall. What do you mean back wall?
This wall.
Oh, so where the lever is? Okay.
It emptied the treasure chest.
I'd say whatever. I'd shout out to him since he'll be like whatever in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, count to 6 and then pull it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Ghostly Gaze and look around to see what's moving when he pulls the lever.
What does Ghostly Gaze do?
Looks through solid objects.
Yeah, see through solid objects up to 30 feet.
What is it in? PHP?
I would assume Xanathars.
Xanathars.
Okay.
Yeah, that's way too cool a spell for PHP.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what it actually does, and I don't know yet.
Also, is it a cantrip or a spell slot?
Invocation.
Oh.
Thank you. I was like, I'm hearing the spells, and I'm like, it's not here.
Warlock power.
As an action, you gain the ability to see through solid objects at a range of 30 feet. Within that range, you have dark vision if you don't already have it. The special sight lasts for 1 minute until your concentration ends, as if you were concentrating on a spell. During the time, you perceive objects as ghostly, transparent images. Once you use your invocation, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. You need a... Darkness becomes dim light. So you would need a perception check at disadvantage.
There's a torch.
Not inside the wall, there isn't.
He has hyper dark vision.
Which lets them see in darkness.
I got 11s.
So one higher than your passive.
So add 17.
17. You are able to discern that there is, that as it is moving some sort of connected lever at the base of the floor. You're able to discern that it is basically adjusting something back and forth like as a swivel hitch. You cannot quite tell which way is locking a mechanism in place and unlocking it, but you gather one of them is doing that.
Okay. And where is this mechanism located?
It is down, like, below, like, right at the floor, beneath where the thing is, so...
Oh, okay.
So it's basically moving like a swivel hitch of a thing, and you can't tell which side is the locked side and which side is the open side.
Yeah, there's something underneath the floor of the chest over there. And that lever's controlling the locking mechanism for it, but I don't know which way is right.
Well, come back and investigate. If this thing tries to eat me, save me. Come back and investigate the chest.
Okay. And so did you just do it one time when he was...
No, I would have clunked back and forth a couple times while he's watching.
Yeah, if I'm watching,
Okay. How did you leave it when you come to investigate the chest?
The opposite of what it was when it... So down.
Down. Okay.
So, 20 on the investigation check of the chest for traps or mimicky.
I mean, you can't really investigate for a mimic.
Well, it
open
would
it.
attack.
Yeah,
If it was
it's
a
like
mimic.
because at that point you're physically you can try and perceive a mimic from a distance, but if you're investigating, you're up there touching it. So if it's a mimic, it's too late.
Hey, that's an investigation check. If I got attacked, I would have figured out it was a mimic.
But
Floor drops.
yeah, it's got lots of intricate skull carvings in it, and the back is a open series of a bunch of gears that slowly tick.
Oh, sweet.
What's inside it?
I don't know. It has
It's
ticking.
closed.
I can look through it.
He's been looking through it.
Yeah. You cannot see.
Okay. Well, I can't see through the chest. It's made out
You
of
can
something.
see a layer inside that is smooth, so you can see that there is.
There's something
Thing in-
smooth inside.
Yeah.
To the circle. To the smooth.
Okay. Definitely investigating the gears. I love gears. I'm trained in tinkering.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I have expertise in tinkering.
But yeah. It's a moving sort of clockwork mechanism that seems to be tied into the lock.
So, switching and getting back over here fast enough.
The box just picks up. It's not attached to anything.
Oh, does the box... Oh. Or there's just a panel hidden behind this box.
You don't see anything behind the box.
Where are the gears?
The gears are part of the box.
Oh.
Pick up the little box.
Skulls. There are little
Yeah,
gears.
little gears.
Mm.
It's on the back of the box.
So, pick up the box, check beneath the box.
Floor. There's a clear spot. There's not any dust on it.
Hmm.
Perhaps a little offset from where it had moved when you threw a rock at it.
Like a jack.
Intricate clockwork device. Rock!
It's a little scuffed, but
We're now past where we'd gotten originally.
Yeah. So, yes, I will investigate the clockwork and try to figure out the timing or what this is doing.
Mhm.
It's a timer. Do I think it's... Obviously, it has to be connected to the kerclunking, but... Anyways,
You don't physically see how that would be the case.
I don't know. A moving electromagnet underneath the floor?
you can always check the journal.
True.
What happens if you kerclunk it?
Well,
You could have someone else kerclunk it for you.
yeah. Ryan, you go back and kerclunk it since your sight's off. Because it's been more than a minute.
Okay.
So you flip it up.
Yep.
Well, in that case... the floor falls out and you fall into a spike pit.
Told you. Fucking told you. Called it. What'd I say?
And he didn't see the spikes underneath there.
No.
It's over 30 feet.
It's over 30 feet.
Oh, so it's a deep hole.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you and your intricate box are all of a sudden just fall backwards and plummet
He
deeper
didn't
into the
see
room.
that there was a hole under the floor. He sees through solid objects. He looks down and goes, "Huh, it's not solid. About 2 feet through."
Yeah, but there's no discerning factor.
There's walls.
Feels like shenanigans.
It does feel like shenanigans, but he
Yes.
really wanted to use this little metal thing. Do I get a reflex save on this?
Yeah. If you succeed, does half become none?
Yes. And Ryan, do walls prevent your aura? Because you're totally...
You're definitely within distance if you
Yeah.
don't.
You need line of effect for auras.
But do you? Because I'm currently rocking a 13.
Let's see.
It's too bad you used your
Oh.
half damage on something stupid.
I can use that again. That's the thing. Also, I yelled at myself, be smart, dodge! I now have a 19.
So you fall backwards. No, you don't hop backwards. You're down there. You're 30. You're like 40 feet down in a hole, and you are basically just hanging off on like pressing between the two sides, corners of the wall or something, as these, 1.5-foot spikes are...
Put the candle back.
Flip the lever! No.
I call, can someone bring me a rope? I seem to have fallen down a hole.
You're able to land yourself down.
Yeah,
here.
eventually I shimmy down, just put my feet between spikes.
I walk down the wall and hand him a rope.
Yeah, or it doesn't say anything about requiring line of effect. So
It doesn't matter. He managed to
No.
fudge it up.
I walked down the wall and hand him a bundle of rope. It's not attached to anything. Here you go. Then I walk back out.
For God's sakes, give me the broom, you crazy man.
You didn't ask for a broom.
Well, I also thought you were just going to toss the rope down and help me climb up. Just give me the broom.
Okay. I walk down, take the rope, walk back out to throw it at him.
I climbed the rope.
No,
He threw the
threw
bundle
the
of rope. He's purposefully being difficult.
Throws you a broom into non.
He's also in a room that has, bars, something really easy to tie onto as well. No thing finagling around. It's literally long enough rope that he could probably just wrap it around and just toss you both ends.
I have no idea why your monk cleric's acting this way.
because it's funny. I walk down.
That's how Bob is feeling. It has nothing to do with his character, and you know it.
I walk down and give him a broom, and I walk back out.
Broom's much easier to get the chest back up with.
Yeah. Float.
Before I walk out, though, I'm gonna go ahead and cantrip a light and check the pits.
Has other stupid people died
Yeah,
down here?
there are humanoid bones and things in there, but anything has decomposed.
So there's piles of garbage. Okay, I'm gonna ritual detect magic.
Okay. Go up top and do that.
No. I can just.
There is not space to lay out a ritual down in the pit.
Hey, there's no rule that says rituals take up space.
We have very distinctly done this as a ritual. We're drawing circles on the ground and doing things.
Yeah, that takes a space.
Okay, I climb
But
back
there
up.
is not that much due to the spikes. There is not that much space.
That most,
He
yeah.
could not get to the ground properly. He's
Okay, I climb back up and do the ritual.
Yeah.
And come back down.
Just do the ritual on the
but yeah,
floor
there's
on the wall.
the only magic thing is
you
a
could
small
do-
ring.
You could do the ritual on the wall.
Okay,
Put the ring on.
I
It clearly helped them survive.
It is
spike
literally
attack.
on the finger of a skeletal finger.
Yeah, put that on.
There's writing on the wall saying, "Don't put on the ring; it is cast."
Put on the ring.
Also, there's a good chance that really it died from the fall and the spikes. The head of that same creature is impaled upon a spike. So
Maybe the ring encourages you to fall into spike traps.
It's a ring of bad luck.
I already have that. Thank you.
he does not need that.
Okay, I take the ring and I put it in our pile of loot that needs to be investigated.
Mhm.
And then I go back to finish up my forging, which I imagine is just cooling or whatever at this point.
You're working back and
As
forth.
they dick around.
I mean, it took you a little bit of time even just getting the forge up and running and all that. And, so yeah, it's just...
Gold melts pretty quick.
You had to get the heat stoked. They weren't taking care of this forge at all.
Yeah, I mean...
The fact that they have actual charcoal here is kind of impressive.
I'm just like, is that grease? Were they cooking on the forge?
At some point, probably.
No respect.
After I get back up, I asked Austin to help me with the portcullis of just lifting it up.
It's empty.
That portcullis. There's a big pile of cash in here.
Don't we have a bag of whatever holding or something?
We can't get past the bars. The bars are in our way. We want
If
you
you
to lift
give
them
me
up.
an hour, I can turn into an animal that can get through those bars. And then I could just, put everything in the bag.
Well, yeah, at least try to lift the bars first. That might take, just be faster.
I mean, seems like that is... I mean, if I must...
Backup bars is razor blades. You are not poisoned.
Yeah, I'm pretty strong.
Yes, you have a 20 strength and a 22 con.
I'm pretty strong.
But it also relies on a dice.
Yeah, true.
That's true. What's that? Athletics?
That's just strength.
Strength check?
Be strong.
24.
Yeah, you just...
29.
There doesn't seem to be any way to latch it, but it's up there.
I
Take
just-
magical greatsword.
I take over this barrel and just wedge it underneath.
To duck to get in there.
You're mildly inconvenienced now.
Take that.
Yes.
Isn't there a table in there? There's a table. Just what's the table?
So I guess this floor is still open.
Yes, it is now down. It is open to a
And
spike
it
pit.
spikes.
Floor is temporarily bathroom.
Did anybody get hurt?
No, we're
No,
all fine.
although digging through the barrels, you do find barrel that is bathroom. It
Alright.
So clear
has
out.
handles on the side. You assume that that's what the gelatinous cube is for.
How deep is the pit?
The pit? About 45 feet.
Okay, yeah. I go down and get the bodies.
The bones?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I can give them last rites.
Thank God no one just went down there and callously took their things and then forgot that he was a cleric. That would have been embarrassing.
It's fine.
These ones have long died.
Yeah, but you know.
We didn't murder these people.
Courtesy and just making sure. You know, just in case there's somebody in a queue up there going, this is so stupid. You can't go through until you get buried. Or the, spiritual equivalent.
We routinely go through the
The afterlife, you just walk through it.
And if they very much said, and we follow the really Hebrew Jewish tradition where you can't get tattoos or and you gotta be buried with all your body parts, why didn't you tell us? We come through here every day.
You could have just stayed.
You could have mentioned it to us so we know what you want as gods. No, you had to have faith and know this. You have clerics! They could have told us!
You can't know it. You have to believe it. There's a difference.
You have to just intuit God's great plans.
If you don't just believe it without knowing it, then you're still a sinner.
But anyways, start ferrying the gold to our treasure, to our pile of sorting.
Where you push the tables all together to...
Yeah.
Yeah, and set up some chairs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I don't think we mentioned that. The looters were part of the bodies.
Yes, the looters were two of the minions. They discovered that in the first recording. Recording.
Yes.
Such
In
is
the
life
lost
of the
tapes.
wretched. The best we can do is offer them the chance for redemption.
The-
Many
and-
will
and-
not take it.
And may they dissolve into that is gelatinous.
This is a bad religion. I don't want it to propagate.
Now I'm just thinking of permanent graveyards with just a 10 by 10 foot pit in the middle where everyone comes and
That's a
throws their
terrible
bodies.
idea. Ultimately, the resolution to this is that is feeding the cube, which will then
Split
into two cubes. You
Or-
are making new gelatinous cubes.
and then you bring that to set up a new cemetery.
It's
This
how you
is a part of your religion.
It's how you spread the faith. All hail the 10 by 10.
The cleanliness.
By 10.
Yes, the great cleanliness. Yeah, your cleanliness is the name of the cube. Is their religious?
Well, shoot, I figure if I'm done moving bodies, I start making food. This looks like a place that has food
Yeah, tons of
and
it.
a kitchen. So I cook up some simple food. I'm not especially good at it.
Most of the food that they have does not require cooking.
No.
It is mostly,
I
vegetable
put it
cooking.
on plates
Yeah.
and serve it like a meal.
He
But
makes a
otherwise,
charcuterie board.
you do, at that point, realize what he'd already realized, which is that their forge is also their kitchen for anything they want to heat.
Which forge is hot.
Yeah.
There you go.
It doesn't have to be super hot to melt gold.
So, did anybody have a shield? Just use a shield as a skillet.
There are skillets,
Oh,
and there are several shields.
oh,
We
then
can
I
make
use it-
victory
then
soup.
I-
So
then I
really,
use-
whichever one you want to use.
Then I use the actual skillets.
Okay.
So we can't make victory soup. Victory soup is made on a shield of a fallen foe.
You could do either. It's really your decision. The shield of the fallen foe is kind of... it looks like it was hit with a frag grenade. For some reason, it just has the general appearance of being hit by a frag grenade or two or more.
It's a victory colander.
After I ferry all the gold in, I'll come over here with chest and play with it while food is being made.
I'm gonna... So how do you identify things on short rests?
You spend a short rest to fiddle with them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take the short sword and fiddle with it for a short rest.
Well, at least that's the rules, if he allows it.
Well, seeing how we're not getting...
Ryan?
Yeah.
He's
Well,
the rule
seeing
master
how
for
he
this
told
one.
me to just do short rest first.
Yes, instead of casting Identify, you could just short rest.
There was, amongst the thing there was a pearl, so you do have that at this point.
Yeah, but now we need a feather of an owl,
I can't do that.
which I bad lucked all of the pillows out of. Unless I get another luck roll because there was 2 feather pillows.
We still don't know whether or not you can pull one off of Austin after he's transformed.
That's true. That's why I'm short resting.
Okay.
And how do you spend dice to get
When you
spells
short-
back?
You have to roll your hit dice, and if it's equal to your level, you can refresh something.
I can't equal my level. I have a D8.
So
You have
roll
more
two.
than one dice.
You have dice equal to your level.
So keep rolling until you get above 9.
If you have all of your dice, you at least get your level as the very bare minimum.
Yeah, you'd have to roll all ones.
So I get level... So how many
And you
spells
can
do I
one
get
at a
back
time.
from that?
All of your spells. You refresh your spell as if long rest.
No.
No?
No,
Yeah, there's no way. That's too good.
No, it'd be one slot that
Oh.
you could refresh if you're doing spells.
Oh, so
And
spells was
Hanson,
always
when
the
you
better.
finish a short rest, you may roll hit dice to regain the use of features that would normally become available only with a long rest. To do so, roll as many hit dice as you would like and add their values together. You regain a number of spell slots or single use is of class or race features that you have expended equal to that total divided by your character level. And they can be starting from the top. So as far as your spell slots, you just get, divide it there, and however many of your character level, that many of your highest level spell slots.
Slots down. Okay. And we regain all of our hit dice after a long rest?
Mm-hmm.
2, 10, 18... That's 4. That's 18. That's 24. 32. 37. 41. And 48. So 48 divided by 9. That should be all 9 of them.
It's like 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
45 is 5, so you get 5.
5 spells back.
I remembered how to do my 9s. I got fingers for that. It is a sword of wounding.
So that's 2.
Hit
And I'm
points
gonna-
lost to that short sword can be regained only through a short or long rest, rather than regeneration magic or any other means. And once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack with that magic weapon, you can wound the target. At the start of each of the wounded creature's turn, it takes 1d4 necrotic damage for each time you wounded it, and can make a DC 15 con saving throw, ending the effect of all wounds. Alternatively, the wounded creature or creature within 5 feet can do a 15 medicine check to try and end it.
Can I just see the card? You're reading at me.
Yeah. Does that mean you can stack just a whole lot of d4s of necrotic damage?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But if they heal, it heals all of them at once.
He has all the damage done, or just takes away the wounding that
It
keeps
gets rid of all
recurring?
the wounds.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this kind of sucks, but it's
Oh.
better than the non-magical sword I have right now.
It's kind of awesome. It has recurring damage until they do something about it.
What's the rarity of that weapon?
Don't know. Rare.
Very rare. It's illegal to own.
I don't explain what it does.
I'm letting you know.
It's a magic sword.
It's probably, maybe, more than likely, illegal to own.
And that was the short sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very rare melee weapon. That's prohibited. Prohibitado.
So during the short rest, I will spin the
So, short sword of wounding. I'm just going to go ahead and not give it back.
spend the entire time investigating the cube. Do I need an intelligence
Check.
check? Or
Mm-hmm. You can make a
Tinkering.
tinkering.
okay, just tinkering, or does a stack go into that?
Intelligence.
Okay. Yeah.
You get a natural 20 on that.
So 8. So
That's pretty good.
33.
Yeah. Is enough for you to tell that, first off, that there's a latch that you can click to open it. You also know that it is not the time to open it. You don't know when it is, but you know that you can how to watch it, and you will be able to tell when it is. But this is basically a open at certain time of day, and you have probably one chance to open it each day. You'd probably just have to sit here and wait for it.
Yeah, at this point, just watching it over the hour, marking down any like lines or stuff I see, trying to get an estimate of when it'll unlock.
You also, from you get the feeling that what it contains is loose, is fine.
Like sand?
Like sand, yeah.
Shim, shim, shim.
Yeah.
Can I just hold on to this card so I don't have to write down all this crap?
Yeah, do you have a...
I do not. I would like one.
I'll find you one of the things to put in.
One of the card holders.
Did you get new card holders? Because we didn't have any more card ones.
No. Because you took all of them?
All two?
Yeah.
All two. I imagine I do have them somewhere. It'll be fine for now.
Okay, I'll just put it on top of the folder at the end of the day so you call. You need to look for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my short rest.
Were you guys short resting?
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you investigating items while you do so?
Sure, I'll investigate the Shield Guardian Amulet.
It's actually not a magic item, you just know how that works.
Oh, okay. Then the...
But I do think it takes a
It's
short
part
rest
of the
to
monster.
attune, so if you want to attune to it.
It's part of the monster.
Full plate then.
Full plate. That is Adamantine Armor.
Welcome to No Crits.
Yep. While you're wearing it, any critical hit against you is not.
Yeah, we definitely... It would be great if we could get Vic in that armor. That'd be hilarious.
You can't.
He already has a really magical full plate.
Yeah, it's made of
It
wood and
literally
stuff.
is burrowed into him.
I don't know, Ryan, you can wear it. You're a pally.
Mm-hmm.
Quite specifically, it was designed to be funny because of how much Ryan fishes for crits.
That's nice.
So I got Adamantine plate armor.
I mean, we just have to short rest our way through all the items, I guess.
Well, after that's done, going to spend times like, do we want to immediately get out of here? We got what we came for, but someone escaped. But also want to play with the portal thing since we're relatively safe here.
Okay, I'm gonna we're doing that. I'm gonna start just short resting through the items. So I spend an hour per item to make.
There are 2+1 bows, longbows.
Well, it'd take an hour per short rest.
Yeah, that's why it's an hour per item.
That's my point. Is you'd be that
Is
hour.
anyone
Yes.
helping him
Yes,
with this?
I'm aware of how long it's taking.
Don't you
one's-
have the identify spell?
We don't have the stuff. That's why I'm looking for pearls and owl
What
feathers.
do you need?
Pearl
Owl
and owl
feather.
feather.
We don't have either.
We
No.
have a pearl. We've gotten a pearl. I'll also sort through.
I turn into an owl.
I'll try. I also have identify.
Poof! I turn into a bird.
Do you let them take a feather?
Yeah, I mean, I hold out a wing for them.
That hurts.
Like
But you now have a pearl and an owl feather.
Woo!
I
No.
turn into an owl. Do they keep the feather?
Make a luck check.
Who? Me or Lucky?
Whoever wants to make it.
Wait, never mind. No one here's Lucky, so maybe Ryan?
+0.
Yeah, Ryan's the only one with a
Natural
positive
20.
mod.
Yes, it stays. You can tell it flickers and goes away and then comes back.
Almost divinely.
Like it flickered and then it comes back like spinning away from him. Like it had
Tried to zoom back to me.
couldn't quite make it. You had it
Also,
just
one of
far
your
enough away.
fingernails is a little bit trimmed.
He's missing a single hair, just out of place.
Big patch of.
It grows back.
It's skin, it grows back. Not without screen grafts and stuff.
No, it'll grow back, just scar horrendously.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you get your 2 bows.
If you have identify too, you do that, I'll count and other stuff.
Did anybody not get healed during the short rest?
I figure we can all heal.
I was full healed by spells, and then I used my short rest to get back spells and key points.
I would have just spent my dice to heal.
I have some lay on hands left.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing is refreshing lay on hands.
The great
I
sword
spent mine.
is a sword of sharpness. Maximize weapon damage dice against a target. When you attack a creature and roll a 20, the target takes an extra 14 slashing damage and roll another d20. If you do a 20, you lop off one of the target's limbs. Effect determined by
exploding
me.
critical sword.
And also you can speak the sword's command word to cause the blade to shed bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet.
What sharpness? All glowy?
Did that also say maximum on the dice?
Okay, and it's the boots.
I forget. If the other one was maximum, then not this one. Only one of them did that. And the boots are boots of speed. While you wear these boots, you can use a bonus action and click the boots' heels together. When you do, the boots double your walking speed, and any creature that makes an opportunity attack against you has disadvantage on the attack roll. If you click the heels again, you end the effect. When the boots property has been used for a total of 10 minutes, the magic ceases to function until you finish a long rest.
Can I please?
No.
I think it would be better for me.
Please?
You're
Please?
already so
Please?
fast.
Please?
No.
It's really funny.
Yeah, it's funny, but not incredibly useful.
No, it goes.
He wants to go fast.
Alright. It's bullshit,
I don't
but I
think
should
that
totally
helps
have
you.
it.
You're not
You
blue
have
Because that wouldn't use your casting stat.
Yeah. Well, no, I could turn it into my pack weapon if I wanted to. But it's to attack with attack an object. When you attack a creature with this weapon. Yeah. Okay. So when you attack an object, you maximize the weapon damage. When you attack a creature,
It's critical bonus.
So really,
20
it's a
damage
sort
for
of break stuff.
That's it?
then roll another 20.
So just
20
1 + 1
block
bow.
off.
Sword of Sundering.
2 +
Oh.
1 bows.
Yeah, you can say.
And his ring.
Yeah.
And the
Look
ring,
at
yeah.
that. I need to take some there to see his good
Well,
card.
hopefully-
Well, there you go. Glad to be of service.
What'd you do?
I turned into an owl.
Oh, yeah.
They've forgotten already.
All right.
What have you
No respect. I get no respect. Even in a D&D
That is
campaign,
just that object.
I get no respect.
Yeah.
Let's see.
My wife, the goblins killed her.
Goblins these days, no respect.
So yeah,
It's really mean of my in-laws to do that.
I
don't
look
think
at that and say it is a can opener. The world is arcane with maximized damage on items.
Very
It is a
rare.
ring of warmth.
It is illegal to own.
It's a weapon. It's illegal to own in Magic. All of those are instantly very rare.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. They're all offensive.
There's a ring of warmth. While wearing this ring, you have resistance to cold damage. In addition, you and everything you wear and carry are unharmed by temperatures as low as -50 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's
And
a ring
I
of
put on the ring.
It
It's
requires
actually,
attunement.
it's actually
And I
cursed.
attune to the ring.
It's actually cursed.
That's fine.
It is not cursed,
It could be.
but it is
Does the sword require attunement?
that one that you have right there.
Yes.
It would say so.
Yes.
Okay, I attune to that too.
But yeah, you have per the attunement slots.
I don't have any
You
items
got a
attuned.
magical weapon.
I didn't have. You have to remember when
Yeah.
we started this
you
campaign.
get 4.
I mean, it's
I
a
did
My point is, we
have-
now have 4.
Yeah, it's a
option
great sword.
slots.
I
I
would-
didn't
proficiency.
have money
Also,
when
it's
we
illegal
started
to
this
own.
game because
So I
had to
gladly
buy all
take
of my
possession of
grenades.
this illegal weapon
Why?
because he gave it to me.
No.
She gave me the greatsword. I go, okay, yeah, I'll keep hold of it.
you won't use it though.
No, I'm going to turn it in. It's illegal to own. But I'm glad that you know that and you gave it to me. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Good.
I'm proud of you for doing the right thing.
I ask if there's like a magic item buyback program with the government of you turn in your magic items and they pay for it at least.
There are multiple incentive programs centered around the returning of magic items, especially illegal ones.
But most of them involve prison.
Turn that into cryptocurrency. Put it out there on the market.
Quite specifically, they're taking things away from the cryptocurrency.
Does anybody want the longbows?
I can actually use those.
Have one.
So, did you
I am an elf.
did you destroy all of the corpses?
I put them in the hole with the cube.
But we do have photos of them and well, God.
So does anybody have a reusable range attack?
Like gun?
or the ability to conjure flames from their hands.
I have gun. Yes.
Well, there's an ooze over there that we should probably kill. Now that we've used it.
Oh, there's a thing I want to try.
Before all of that,
But before we
13 to remember to take samples of everything.
I do not know if he got rid of the of the
Monster stuff?
monster stuff. Because he would have needed a lot more help with those. Those were all
they were
bigger.
large.
You do notice, if you look around for that, because I guess he probably told at some point that the portal's gone, but there is a thin layer of oil on the top of the water where one of the machines had fallen into.
Oh, does that mean the Steel Predators are actually a machine? Well, drag it back to the thing and start going over it. I was going to get to
The one that didn't fall in the water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna get to these anyways, and the other giant bodies of the demon, the other demon, and monkey.
Yeah, so a couple of demons you can take. But yes, it is a machine. You imagine if you had focused your artificing goals a little different, you could have probably built something like this.
If I was the
Animal companion.
Yes. Battle Ranger.
Battlesmith.
Yeah. Very high end of the same concept as that creature.
Do I think these are good parts and stuff that could be resold and repurposed? Being trained in tinkering?
At this point, it's scrap metal.
It's not even super. It's just normal steel.
Yeah, I mean it's decent metal, but it's been beaten severely.
Well, I didn't know if it was a special magical kind of steel or a different alloy or something.
It's not magic.
It's just steel.
Yeah. There are a variety of metals within it as far as.
How many times are we short resting?
Crap ton?
So far, at least one.
I think
probably
one,
two.
and then after that, he was able to do the owl stuff, so that he got there.
Okay, so one short rest so far.
Yeah. And one will assume we're probably going to long rest before we go back out, since there's so much to investigate in here.
Yes, that is my assumption.
Because with the end of our first short rest, I'll go ahead and resummon Genji. So he's back to full HP. And heal myself. Does anybody else need any additional healing?
I do.
Okay.
But then again, we're also going to be long resting, so that probably shouldn't be a problem.
Well, unless we get attacked during the long rest. So.
Sure.
Did Genji go down?
No, but
He took damage.
he took damage.
You didn't just heal him? I healed Kiramaxis.
Kiramaxis is a lot more organic than Genji.
Yeah.
The machine, it's much easier just to.
I don't know. Would
he's my
would
friend.
mending have healed Genji?
No, healing heals Genji.
Yeah.
He is a living motorcycle.
Yep.
Don't ask questions. You won't like answers.
It basically comes down to, do you want it to take up healing magic or have the infinite heal of mending?
Like a D4.
Still infinite. But
also with time, he can just.
So
how much help do you need?
like 21.
Okay.
But so kept an eye on that. Now I'm going to be sorting through, counting up all the loot pile money and gems.
Make an accounting check.
That's a thing.
It'd probably be.
I mean, it was like in all their shit.
Yeah, but I'm assuming intelligence. So 16.
Yeah, you're enough not to botch it.
Mm-hmm.
There is, in a mixture of various gems and different coin types and such, a total between the chest from under the bar that had mostly gems and the pile that was mostly coinage, you basically get 2,000 gold valued.
Okay, plus the 48 from earlier. And what's ever in this chest, but that's sand. So 2,000 to party funds.
Okay.
Well,
That's true.
Bob, did you take 500 of that 2,000?
Oh no, I robbed people earlier.
Oh, okay.
I robbed the company, and nobody knows because I sealed off the room and put for evidence on it.
Okay. So that's where your gold came from. Gotcha. Then there's the party decision. Who do we want to have the shield guardian to get the AC bonus and health shunting?
It's gonna be either me or him.
Okay.
I don't spend as much time in combat, but it also means that I'm not zooming all over the place, leaving the shield guard behind. It would actually be standing next to me most of the time.
Yeah, that's the real decision, is whether or not we go with me, who gets beat on's in the mix more, and I have a dedicated flanking partner, basically.
Until it dies.
Yeah, until it dies.
Because you're always in melee.
Yeah, dedicated flanking partner sounds good.
And also, it has to be 5 feet to actually shield you, so it can't flank with you and shield you.
Yes, it does have to be next to you.
I can move during my turns.
Technically.
We'll just shimmy around, flank, shimmy back, never leaving this person's attack from opportunity range.
Which by Raw isn't allowed.
It's not?
No,
Oh.
I was doing some research on mounted combat. By Raw, you're not allowed to interrupt the mount's movement.
Of course not. And I've gone over that with him before. I'm assuming he's paying attention to it. Because your turn and the mount's turn are 2 separate turns.
Well, they brought up, it's one of the weird things is the rules are really bad at explaining it because they constantly reference it as if it's one turn, and they make the mount's actions are meant to be taken in concert with your own actions, but then it's also a separate turn on its own thing, and it's kind of confusing. So it took a while for me to really internalize it.
Workaround.
Mount goes
Technically,
first.
no. The workaround. Well, mount would go first,
Well, either or.
and as long as it can do it with just
Which version of the mount are you talking about?
either. The way that you would have to work around that basically is that it would have its turn and you would move her at once first. Then it would use its act, but it can't use its action. Its action is a readied action to use movement to move once you tell it to. So that is basically it. It also eats up its reaction to do that, and it has to use, and basically it has to get divided by its movement and using its action for movement.
I don't think either of us were using our mounts with having a reaction.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would use its movement, then dodge, because that's automatically what everything does.
No,
when no
thematically,
action's
that's
given.
obviously one of the goals is that you're supposed to be able to get your mount in, attack, and then get back out, except the rules are pretty specific that you can't do that, but then they keep alluding that you should be able to, so it's one of those things that the edition's like, what do you want this rule to be? We want whatever rule that is the most consistent. You're kind of failing.
Yeah, but which version of the mount are you looking at?
They don't make a difference. They don't differentiate in these rules.
We'll worry about it
what's in
later.
the turns.
Yeah.
They don't differentiate.
You're not in the middle of combat right now, and I've not been fussy at you, and I know you've been doing it different than I think it should be done. Because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's just one of those things where it's like, man, 5th edition, sometimes...
It annoys me, but I'm like, whatever.
Sometimes.
I could argue about it, or I could just throw you against huge CR monsters
And hope.
and make it where really that extra little benefit is needed.
Which you
Which
did
usually
great.
just leads
After
to me
like
dying.
3 or 4 consecutive combats, no short rest in between. I believe we got very close to going down multiple times and used all of our resources.
I still have some spell slots left.
I had 1.
Well, yeah, of course. We're intelligent party. We're keeping our little aces in the holes just in case there's a 4th combat.
Well, I used my short rest to give me more spells and more
so
key points.
the ooze duplicates, and the next one is above the...
That's why I told somebody to go kill him.
Close the door.
Oh, then yeah, just
You don't see it. There's still bodies on top of it, slowly dissolving down. You cannot get down to it.
Yeah, but it's there. Well, you might want to wait
You're
for it
just
to do its
shooting
job.
the bodies.
Yeah, let it do its job.
yeah,
We're staying here for like a long rest, right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll see.
We'll let that cook. We'll set the bodies to simmer.
Theoretically, what should happen
Let it
is
sit.
Bob go over there after we do the long rest and just drop multiple thermites on it. Have it burn through the ooze.
Do we still have the body of the one dude who was just the door holder?
That sounds like a person fed to an ooze.
You could luck check if he's one of the taller up bodies.
Why would you want it?
Because Ryan's suddenly a necromancer and needs bodies.
I got a 19.
Sure. Yeah, it's one of the top ones. It was off in that room. That room was like the last one he got to, so it's near the top. Sure.
Yeah.
He is heavily burned from a fireball.
But, was I able to attune the Shield Guardian?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I have him go and reach and get the body for me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why do you need the corpse?
So I want to talk with him.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm brought up this time or just the first recording, but I made him make the check because he's the only one that has Speak with Dead as a cleric.
I don't have Speak with Dead.
Yes, you do.
All clerics.
It's not one of my spells.
You're a cleric.
You have all your spells, you just don't have it prepared today.
Yeah, you could have it tomorrow.
Well, now I can speak with dead.
Can you Speak with Dead?
Invocation. He's done
Invocation.
it before.
Oh.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I just got this.
Oh, okay.
I cannot speak with dead.
So he should have gotten a check too. Like I said, you didn't have it on your list, so you wouldn't have a reason to make a roll for it. But yeah, so you pull him out. Jaw seems to be functioning.
Alright. I'm gonna ask him,
Ryan Shieldguard. You get a card.
hey,
You get a card.
Unless you want to picture it or put it on your laptop, but until then.
yeah. But, yeah, let's go ahead and ask our friend some questions.
You don't try and learn anything else first?
What, like his shoe size, favorite color?
What do you mean?
Like you're sitting on a journal.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
After I got done
said look
counting,
at
that was
earlier.
my next thing.
Yeah. From quick frames, it is scrawled, handwritten, very dense. You think this will take a very long time to read through. But
Okay. I check the one urn of Hades and make sure there's no deck of cards in this one. Then tell everyone else my suspicions of there was a third one, and given the disappearing of the
portal.
well, not the portal, the freaking deck last time we pulled, that it might automatically go to one of these urns. So we know where one urn is, and we have this urn, and someone has the third urn. So maybe it just keeps teleporting back to each one of these so they could rip open multiple portals.
Maybe they just need to earn their way back.
What?
He worked at something to use the word earn. E-A-R-N.
It was an earnest attempt.
Yeah, he's trying to earn it.
Anyways.
Why do I laugh when he does it?
Delivery.
Okay. But yeah, you do at least thumb through enough to tell, yes, there is lots of stuff in here, but it would take time to get through. So,
Well, he's speaking.
I think you
dead,
can technically speak with dead, every week?
Yeah, every 10 days.
10 days, yeah.
I'll start reading through his journal.
Yeah, and so did you want to read through that first, or take a long time? Because I can only speak with him once every 10 days.
Are we sure this guy's the guy to do? Random door guy, not demon?
We could pull out whatever bodies are recoverable from the...
Yeah, because this guy seems like just a minion, or a door guy. He seems pretty normal. I would think to talk to the demon. He seemed more in charge, or the war leader.
Yeah, but he's probably more of a dick.
True.
So he might not even answer the questions even if I asked him.
Can you only speak with one guy every 10 days, or only cast a spell once every 10 days?
Each guy once
Each
per
guy.
10 days.
Oh.
Yeah, each guy once per 10 days.
If you had, say, a room full of bodies, you could talk to all of them once. in theory.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't have that. And never did.
At best, during the 2 hours, I would say the ooze has completely destroyed like 3 bodies.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, they are mostly there.
Yeah.
Because it's probably going to take it 2 months before it destroys that entire pack of mice. Which is why when you guys are talking about, and we'll destroy the ooze before we go, I'm like, it's still going to be a pile of bodies.
Well, I guess this is just an ooze cavern now. Such is the cycle of life.
So, besides the bottom one, let's pick them up and arrange them. And I don't know. I'll read this
You
and
can just line them up in that top hallway.
Yeah, I guess we'll just scoop them out.
And I think technically all you need is a working jaw.
Mhm.
So if you need to take anyone with you, you don't need the rest of the body.
I ain't got nobody,
let's
and
see.
nobody cares.
I'm guessing that's once per long rest.
What? No, I can do it as many times as I want. It takes 1 action.
That's an at will.
Yeah.
Nice.
You just
No,
need
the
fresh
limit
people
is the
every time.
10-day thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If we just want talking heads, I can spend a couple hours
Yeah.
I mean,
and
you can,
taxidermy them and wire their jaw so it won't come off and easy to do, and they're preserved.
Oh, right, taxidermy. I forgot that was a thing.
Oh yeah, no, I love it.
Yeah. Corpse
in
must-
fact, specifically one of its character's hobbies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we
Must-
just talk about
must-
how creepy it is
Must
about the
have
warlock's
mouth,
wife?
can't be undead. That's the only restriction.
Yeah. So yeah, go through, get a bone saw.
As you've been working on the thing, you're like, you need me to do what?
Taxidermy. Then I guess I'll start reading.
Yeah, you start. As I'll just turn this into my laboratory. Using
And I
the
guess if
alchemy-
you're doing that, then one of the others of you can take over the counting. And we're pretty much taking this through until you're long resting, because we'll say the first 8 hours worth of reading in order to get some level. And you're not even through the book. You're
Of course.
probably maybe around a third of the way through that journal. But from that first chunk of reading, basically it's a lot of religious mumbo jumbo, basically beliefs or whatever that Charthilnex has bestowed power within followers as a whole. So as far as the Elder Gods return, they constitute themselves as a group being the power, the will of Charthilnex.
Were his last followers, therefore we are right, or we
They are definitely a new batch of followers from him. He has glanced upon the world again and bestowed for them that things may be completed.
Oh, I got cleric powers to the fallen god. The fallen god must be coming back.
Is already back within us.
Yes. I will also check hourly on the box to try to figure out when it's set to open.
Make a walk check.
8.
Not during any of that time.
Okay. Just keeping a tally of when it's not. Like, get all the heads set up, all drained of blood and pumped up.
There's like a cavern room over here that you just start setting up.
Yeah.
Tie hair into a handle.
So if you shrink it, though...
Does it have a working jaw, and is it undead?
Oh, no working jaw.
You'd
You'd have to make it a little miniature jaw.
It's not working jaw, it's mouth.
Yeah.
So we could have shrunken heads.
Their mouth has to be able to move.
Yeah, it can move. You don't sew it shut when you're using it for
what
this
parts
purpose.
of that are important? Can we just cut the lips off and sew them together? Like a sock puppet?
Does it need the skull inside? Could it just have a flappy lip mouth?
Are we turning into monsters?
Yes, you are monsters. I don't know about your characters, but at very least you guys are monsters.
No, this...
You feel that that would be more work rather than less, because you would have to basically build a structure for which the mouth to be contained upon.
But imagine how lack of bulk there is.
Now that I got this adamantine armor, just attach chains to me, and I'll just have the heads.
This is not a metal campaign.
I would just like to point out, good deity.
Yeah. Well, I don't get my dex if I put on.
Probably
No,
the
you
only
would.
one
That's
that
my
you
point.
would
Is
not
it- is
feel
it a game
bad
for you
about
to
that
full
for is the demon one.
It's neutral.
Oh, there you go.
It's neutral.
Then yeah, gravy.
Yeah, my AC goes from 19 to 19.
Gravy.
Then I guess we sleep in here. It's
What?
like...
Crit immunity.
Yes. Which would have helped in this combat.
You...
Oh,
No.
did I get crit?
I got crit. I got
Or
screwed
you the
up.
one that got crit
Yeah, I
poison.
think you was. Huh?
I got crit.
If I got crit poison, I would have gone down. Bob did.
I almost went down. I had 1 HP.
I
That's-
did go down. And then I
that's
came
when I
back up,
ran
and then I
away.
almost went down again.
Mm.
I took all of the damage.
Yes.
Pretty much every time I get hit, I go down almost
I got
instantly.
knocked down by that shout once, and then I got real low.
Which, I mean, you'd think that I wouldn't get hit that often. I have really high AC. But no, I get hit all the time.
You're not very lucky.
Just the dice.
But yes. I will have inspected the Shield Guardian and realized, do we want to put a spell in it?
Yes.
Did you have a spell, or anyone else have a spell, or does it have to be...
Spirit Guardian?
Yeah, I was thinking level 4 Spirit Guardians might be good.
Why don't I just upcast it and use a level 5 Spirit Guardian? Or,
Can't.
why not?
Capped at 4.
Capped at 4.
Okay, so I can't I can't put summon a Celestial into it, so it summons a Celestial being that will give you another person to fight for you.
It's level 4 is the maximum.
Okay, well that's still upcast.
And do you have to be the one that puts the spell in it?
No.
Because Spirit Guardians is a 3rd, so it would be a 4th level Spirit Guardian.
A spellcaster who wears the Shield Guardian's amulet can cause the spell guardian to store one spell 4th level. To do so, the wearer must cast the spell on the guardian.
Yes.
The effect is...
Yes, it has to be you.
Can I tune to it, put the spell in it, and give it back?
yeah.
And it doesn't say the wearer has to be attuned to it.
The wearer is the person that's attuned to it, yes.
You just put the
Idiot.
necklace on.
I mean, we could also do something like put 4th level healing in it or some such.
Well, I don't know. Is the Shield Guardian amulet an attunement item?
I don't know that it's attunement.
Hmm.
Shield Guardian's solitary focus is to protect the amulet's wearer.
Mm-hmm.
Can command the Guardian to attack its enemies or guard the wielder against attack. If an attack threatens to injure the wearer, the construct can magically absorb the blow in its own body, even at a distance. The spellcaster can store a single spell within the Shield Guardian, which can then cast the spell on command or under specific conditions. When the wizard has been rendered helpless by enemies, only to surprise those foes with its Shield Guardian unleashes potent magical power. So yes, basically it has to be the wearer that is doing it. And yeah, if you take it off, then things are lost. The Guardian goes to its reset phase, and...
Is there a ritual for...
It seems like if you can't get and put it on, it would work.
Yeah. Is there any...
there is a process to create a new amulet if the amulet is destroyed.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is if it's not an attunement item, if it doesn't require attunement, I can just throw it on Bob and then take it off and put
Yes,
But it would
no,
reset.
It resets as soon as it's off of him.
Okay, so it no longer has the spell inside of it?
Yes.
Okay.
But it doesn't...
It is basically as if its life has begun when that amulet is put on.
Must
It is as if
protect this
nothing.
man.
It does not remember anything before.
Does that change your idea on who should or should not have it, or because do you have spells? I don't know enough about it. Do you have spells that can go into it that would be useful?
forget, your paladin butt doesn't get full access to your spell list, does it?
It does.
Oh, it does?
We have our own spell
Yeah,
list.
we have our own spells.
Well, I didn't know if it was a
Yes, but
know
are they useful?
or known spell list.
Shoot. Give
Yeah.
it Aura of Life or Aura of Vitality.
But then it has to be on you.
I could cast that.
I'm looking at Paladin spells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Aura
okay.
spells are all Paladin spells. Yeah, Aura Vitality is 3rd level.
Any bonus for upcasting?
I don't think so.
Well, also,
But the auras
they
are
don't
pretty
get full
solid
progression, do they?
passive buffs.
What?
You don't get full progression on spells because you only go up to 5th level spells. So
Yeah, paladins don't. I'm still.
Their spells are just more powerful at a given level.
you're
Yeah,
paladin
Aura
warlock,
of Life
aren't
is
you?
resistance to necrotic.
So I'm
and
a full
no,
spellcaster.
Yeah, it can't be reduced. Purity is can't be diseased, resistant to poison damage, advantage on saving throws that cause any of the following conditions: blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned. The auras are pretty sweet. Aura Vitality is just you get 2d6s every turn that you can use for healing.
Does that first one suppress or get rid of those conditions, or has to be on before them?
It prevents them.
Yeah. So he could not reaction it to someone casting the fear spell.
Advantage on saving throws. So you'd be able to grant everyone advantage to the frightened.
No, next level is what I'm looking forward to for my guy.
So you spent an entire 8 hours reading. So did you just not sleep and are going to have exhaustion, or?
No, you are not 2 year long rest yet. That was
Oh.
the time you were taxidermying.
Oh, okay. Well, that took me 8 hours.
And they were counting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no bonus for casting Aura Vitality.
Okay. So 8 hours and there, then long rest, I guess.
Yeah, so another 8 hours. Do you do watches or?
Yeah.
This is no time to be building things.
I'll definitely have Shield Guardian watch over us.
Go in that small room, cast alarm. Because we can't.
So in
put
other
up-
words, no, you don't do watches.
No,
You-
we still do watches. We just
Okay.
also prepare. This is an enemy base.
Yeah, but they literally can't get in.
Well, they might have. They still got.
No, they
one.
have a proton pack. So, yes.
Yeah, so you have a simple enough evening.
Yay! I get my
You
spells
get,
back.
you get a long rest. You actually heal up. You get your hit dice. You get your whatever else you've lost.
Ooh,
You
we're
get your
set.
key points.
I redid some of them with my hit dice, anyways.
I think you get a lot more of them back now, though.
Yes.
Yep. I had 4 left at the end. Well, after the hit dice, though.
I had one
Yeah, I had 1 key point by the last thing.
because I have to spend half my hit dice on my armor to keep it healthy and well fed.
What are you rolling for?
To see if get a decent shielding on everyone. It's
Let's
up
try
for an
one.
hour, so I can do it till I want to.
You roll an 8.
Oh,
You have an hour.
oh, okay.
If you were going to sit there and just
Nah,
cheese the system, then
nah,
yes.
he's just looking at the wavelengths. That's not maximum. Nah, that's not optimum. Come on, give me the good efficiency.
Hey, I would have settled for non-optimum, so that's an 8 plus 5. 13.
13 temp
Temp
HP.
HP.
So shield.
Mm-hmm. Yes, everyone has a aura of shield for the rest of the day, or till you get more, temp HP. And that's my free one, and I have to use spell slots to
What?
do that again. 13 temp HP.
Okay.
Woohoo!
I now have access to haste, meaning I could use a bonus action and use the haste action to hide, meaning I could theoretically have this thing out in combat.
Well, remember that makes you tired when it's done.
I did forget that, but
Haste makes you tired when you're done.
yeah. Still worth.
Yes. Generally speaking, yeah.
Is it one of those minute tired or till you sleep?
It's got a duration. It's not like a minute or nothing.
So, next day.
I think it's only like a couple rounds.
Do you keep reading? Do we want to leave here? I can start tinkering with the proton packs and learning the new system.
I might as well make sure that we're prepared to use them when we go out.
One turn.
Yeah.
You lose a turn when it ends.
I mean, I haven't talked to the dead people yet.
Yeah. So
You've gotten about a third of the way through the journal.
Okay. Is there any skimming that I can do to skip over the?
No, this is
Quite specifically with the scrawled handwriting that it's
this
in.
is too nuts.
There
You
is
gotta read it all.
no speed reading option given the scratch of the hand. Like half of the time that you're spending is just trying to figure out what letter is that.
Should have took the invocation that allows me to read anything.
Eyes of the Runekeeper is very good.
but in that case, I will go out into the other area and play with proton pack.
I think
Well,
that's what
I will
that
also
was
check chest and continue checking in on chest.
Make a look check.
17.
It looks different. It's probably, you think, getting close.
Okay. Well, I'll keep coming back.
So you walk away?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or do I think it's coming close, like within minutes or hours?
Possibly.
Yeah,
with
eyes of the
it could be
Runekeeper.
either. You do, from what your check earlier was, you think that when it hits it, you might have like a minute.
Mm.
You know that your window is going to be very narrow.
In that case, I'll bring the box out there with me and keep looking down at it.
So you spend time reading, you spend time doing that. What are the other two of you?
And doing with downtime.
Grooming Karamaxis?
Throw the bodies back on the ooze. Sans
Oh, yeah.
heads.
Yeah, if that's what you're into.
Unless you want the ooze destroyed, Bob could go do that.
I
That's fine.
spend
We won't be back yet.
my time turning equipment that was not magical into grenades.
Yeah. How long does it take when you do that?
An hour for 100 gold's worth.
It's got skulls on it.
Mm-hmm.
Though I think you said I was only allowed to do 2 grenades at a time.
They're not actual skulls, they're carvings.
The chest is not magnets.
No, it's not. But it brings me so much joy that you found enough interesting things in this that you're like, I wonder if this is magnet.
Is this magnets?
Is it magnet?
Oh, I use my powers for good and start thinking of the paperwork I can file to actually get paid for the sword they gave me.
Sword and
assuming-
a longbow.
Assuming that you don't do the
I only
2
have
sets
this.
of plate armor that they took, then yeah, you probably have a good 1,000 gold worth of that you can, over the time while they're doing this stuff, that you can shuffle through.
Convert into grenades.
Okay. That will be enough. So it's going to be an hour per 2 grenades.
And you have enough to do 10 hours, and their time is going to take that.
Okay, so I can just do 20. I can just go back up to. I get more than full grenades.
Rin, with the next 8 hours, the next chunk of it, you. This one has a question mark. How is that pronounced?
Yes, Kiramax was in battle. He needs to be prettied up. He did good work.
Mm-hmm.
Now I
They
have-
tried to hurt him.
Okay.
But
You find that Balornub is being reborn into the modern generation. Already around, already physical within the realm, but if can be brought into full power, they could come together between Balornub and the chosen of Turtlenax, complete the work begun 1,000 years ago.
That was a really long book for that.
hey, man, it's mostly just mad ravings. I'll show them. I'll show them all. They thought I was mad. Mad.
There
they called
is
me.
the religious mumbo jumbo amongst them.
Also, a grocery list. Someone wrote a grocery list.
There is no grocery list.
For some reason, they love
You
eggs.
find that they can switch, which means you can do more than 2 at a time. The most immediate concept between that is that you could say shrink
close, and seal all with once. And also, you don't have to keep pressing them, which means you can leave it on. So if you move it around, as you move it, it just keeps working.
It just works, folks.
Okay.
I'll also go ahead and give you at some point, using the magnifier, you can see where the little portal is in that
They'll
base
open
room.
it back
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Is the range longer with the modern ones?
What was the range on the old one?
30.
Yeah, sure. Let's make this one 60.
Because even with me waving it around, we still have the exact same problem we had before.
Well, the difference is now you could move.
Oh,
Like you could lock it onto the portal, and you could just zoom down the road, and for the distance that you're moving, it is closing. It is
Shrinking,
closing, and sealing. It is basically doing everything to lock it shut as you move.
yeah.
As
So
opposed
it
to
works
having
faster.
to close 5 sections, as a time of
Just stapling this
yeah.
closed. More of a zipper.
Yes.
Which theoretically would, if we get greater invisibility, we could probably close the
Or
jet
just
gate.
bonus action and somehow increase my speed, for example.
Yeah, just make him do it.
Yeah, give me the boots, let me dash, and I will run through the city going...
Give him the boots, cast haste on him, then let him dash.
And I can go through
Make a
there going
perception
about 500 or 600 feet.
19?
You do notice when the box clicks open.
Yes.
Just
And
blitzes
you
all
open
the
it.
way through the entire 3 city
passes
blocks.
19.
Okay. And yeah, you flip it and it opens. And there is sort of a fine purplish sand inside of it. In a smooth lead-lined layer.
Did you update your passive once the proficiency bonus went up?
Yeah.
Oh, because mine went up to 20.
But I'll bring that
You also do find that you had about a minute before it then
clicked over.
clicked over.
We'll bring that back in.
And you feel like, basically, that you need to wait until, we're going to call it, let's make it easy, noon even, in order to open it. So if you close this, you will then have to wait until noon to open it.
Gotcha. We'll borrow the pearl and owl feather, and I try to identify it.
Fast style or slow style?
Slow step.
I'm pretty sure you have the pearl and owl feather.
You were using it last.
No, you were using it last.
No, I was checking the box and counting things. You
No,
were casting
no,
identify.
I didn't cast identify. You did. Okay, fine.
You guys
I
don't
did,
know what
whatever.
things
I
do.
don't care. I don't care. Whatever. It's fine. I didn't do it, but that's fine.
It's like that was your job. You were taking short rests to identify.
You kept saying, "Okay, I have an owl and a pearl, and we cast identify." Oh, you were just speaking for me.
Hey, communism. We
The
cast
royal we.
Yes,
Royalty.
we.
The royal we.
Either way, I'll first look at it, try to figure out what it is through nature, arcane, history.
Looks like
Okay.
purple sand.
Yes.
I am not trained in Arcana.
31.
Okay. Yeah, this is... it's a DC 30.
I'm good at what I do.
It's a DC 30. You've heard about this.
Right.
This is basically an enchanted mixture of dust, which the magic no longer is. It no longer registers as magical at all.
Mm-hmm.
What it functioned as is your spell component. Whatever component. From whatever the time, you would wager that this is about 20,000 gold worth of any spell component.
Hey. I have raised dead.
Well, we'll now have that. So, 20,000 gold worth of any
Miscellaneous spell component, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, it will fill in for any spell component.
You know what else I have? Awaken.
Do not waste thousands of our miscellaneous spell components on trees.
You know what tree? You get purple dust, and you get purple dust. You too, Bush. Purple powder.
Think it'd work on a gelatinous cube?
It might. I mean, it couldn't hurt to try.
I disagree.
I don't
Well, that's a good
think
point.
so.
Do I understand what the gelatinous cube's saying?
No.
That it doesn't work.
It said they're screaming so full.
So, fall. Eat more.
No one actually went over with Detect Magic and tried to look through the cube, did we?
I didn't. I don't have Detect Magic.
I do
No.
have Detect Magic.
But, you need the
Yeah.
minus cube. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, I'll go and look for the cube.
Nothing that you see.
Okay.
It might be deeper than that. You might have to get in there. Really look around.
There's a lot of decapitated corpses on top of it.
Oozes are not proper targets for that.
No, they are not beasts or plants.
Yeah.
Unless they're beasts.
You have no idea.
I'd be able to understand them if they were beasts.
Yeah, but you don't know if the Awaken would work on that. Maybe they're plants.
They wouldn't be a valid target. It wouldn't work.
But maybe they're plants. You don't understand plants. Maybe they count as plants.
Okay, we've got all the dead people we're talking to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the heads, they're piled up in this little cavern room over here next to
Okay,
us.
I'm just gonna start dropping thermite grenades down there.
On the ooze.
On the bodies.
There's a pile of bodies, so you're just setting bodies on fire right now.
Yes, I'm burning them.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know how this is surprising. It's thermite. It will cremate them real
It will.
nice.
It'll put holes right through them.
Okay. I mean, they're basically almost to the top of this. Oh, you're just setting them down in the cavern there.
I don't understand. Why are you having problems with?
I just don't understand what the...
Are
just
you
have too many
killing?
grenades?
Well, he has infinite thermites, but no. Is it you want the bodies gone now and to kill the ooze, or
I want to kill the ooze.
oh?
I want to see if there's magic stuff in the bottom.
There's not. You detected magic.
Yeah, but you said it in such a way that made me doubt that that was the truth. So now I have to kill everything there to go and check it.
I mean, it's practically your fault.
You set everything on fire.
You asked for it.
And then no magic items down at the
There's
bottom.
nothing down there.
Just burnt corpses.
Burnt corpses.
And delicious grape jelly.
I don't think he tastes it. I mean, I'm not going to assume he does. That's he says he does. You don't get to say that he tries tasting it.
Yes.
Well, it worked for other things.
Now, oozes are acidy, so I imagine they'd be like citrusy.
Lemon jelly.
Is that where
Just lemon
citrus
curd.
acid comes from?
Well, no, but I just figure that if you gave me a
Did you
taste
put
of
the...
acid, I'd
Did
think
anyone
citrus.
help with getting the demon corpses up in there?
Which demons?
The
Grey
Caster.
There was that guy, and there was that guy.
Oh, right.
Well, the
And then
Grey
there
Render
was
fell
one
into
machine that was
lava.
out,
Lava.
and then there was
I-
one machine down in the water.
Well, I suppose since the what?
But that was they were in this first area that had the sheer cliff up to it.
yeah. Then lava. We just burned those.
Okay.
and as for the predator, how much GP of metal is that worth?
The one that you have there, I counted in his.
Okay.
It's already gone. It is currently grenades.
There is technically you could you think you could get another 200 worth if you want to get the one out of the water.
I can breathe water.
There's a layer of oil on the top of the water that it's
Also,
down now.
we haven't searched there. There might be stuff. If you can breathe water, go search it.
Go and search it.
I put light on his on a shield.
I have a shield.
Yeah, I put light on his shield.
Yeah, you can easily find the body. You also see that there's a little tunnel that leads away from.
Secret
underneath.
tunnel, secret tunnel.
I come up
Mhm.
and I tell people there's a tunnel down there.
Can you cast that more than once, or do you just naturally breathe water?
I have a hat that lets me breathe water.
Oh, okay.
I have a hat that isn't an attunement item that grants water breathing.
Well,
Makes sense.
If you don't want to search it yourself, I can put on your hat and go search it.
Do you continue on for the second 8 hours to finish up that book?
Yeah, sure.
So while you guys are doing that, he's still in there.
Yeah. At some point, I would have been nice, made her tea.
Yeah, so I'm assuming at some point you're doing food and things, and
Okay, so Vic, investigate the tunnel.
No, I let him wear the hat.
you know.
And then I follow him down by holding my breath.
Are you helping me investigate the tunnel?
I'm making sure you don't die down here to some tentacled monster.
There's also light because of his shield.
Yes.
And I have 26 cons, so I can hold my breath
It's
for a long
it's a
time.
tunnel. It's probably 5 feet. You can go through it.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I could have just turned into like a fish.
You're thinking as you're down there.
Oh my God.
Just down here in wood. Oh, yeah.
I could have just turned into a shark. Or
Yeah.
an octopus.
Anyways, the investigation was 13, but I go down to the
You
end.
go to the thing and it goes up, and there's probably about a 10-foot by 10-foot room. There's a little shore on there. There is a corpse of a body that is sort of sitting off in this little antechamber.
Is that like the skeleton, a corpse of a body? Because a corpse is the corpse of a person.
It's like a skeleton that's wearing clothes.
Okay, corpse of a body. Makes sense.
So
Continue.
Yes.
Alright, well,
Uh,
gather that up.
yeah. I'll check all the stuff in here and search this room, I guess.
He has a belt pouch that has $600 like diamond in it.
600
gold diamond.
$600.
This one's valued in dollars.
I don't know. What's Raised Dead? I know Revivify is like 500.
Revivify's 3, Raised Dead is 500.
Does that mean I should change up one of these spells for Raised Dead?
It's like, I have Revivify.
That's 300.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Raised Dead's 500, yeah.
5, 6,
Your
Eight.
dust would also max
9,
for whatever.
10,
Yeah.
12, 13, 14. I have one more spell that I could put down. What is Raised Dead? What level is
Fifth.
that?
5th level.
Yep.
5th level, 500 gold. Some restrictions do apply.
And you would assume the clothes are magical because the body has deteriorated, the clothes have not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Well,
just
bring
saying,
those back up.
I wander around wearing magic clothes all the time. It's awesome.
So you're saying this guy's been dead longer than 10 days?
Yes.
Uh,
Enough for all the fleshy bits to be gone. This also seems like this would have been a great hiding spot for you to rest, where they might not have found you.
Who would look in the water? I'm literally the only person who can breathe it.
When you first got here, I brought it up multiple times until Bob was just basically like, "We're not going there. I treat it like it's the plague." And I'm like, "Okay, they're not going to go check out their hiding spot. All right. Guess they'll do the fight all at once."
Yep. It's like, you need to tell my unintelligent things my intelligent character might know.
I said there's water, and without going into it, there was nothing that you could have known.
Mm-hmm.
The water, by the way, is warm.
Like pee?
Some level of sulfurous.
Yeah, I was like, there's lava over there.
Yeah. This isn't surprising.
Hot
I'm
spring.
surprised this isn't boiling.
Can you guess where you are?
Here?
No.
Maybe this one.
How about that volcano? Where we're in the secret,
Bleeding
enemy...
Titan?
Yeah,
Who would have thought that there would be a secret cultist based in the volcano island? Who would have recommended that?
Me.
Yes, you.
But bring the clothes back. Also bring this guy's head.
Well, bring the whole body.
Oh yeah. For Speak with Dead, the mouth has to work. Does the mouth have to have fleshy bits? Can the skull...
That's not a mouth.
I've got a spell that I want to put into the Shield Guardian when I've got time in between reading and stuff.
How long does it take?
I think it's instant.
Yeah, it's an action.
Yeah, you have time.
You cannot break for tea or anything. You need solid, literally all the minutes in the 8 hours.
I'm putting fly into him.
Yeah, I guess you go everywhere by air if it wants to keep up.
And with him being able to use a 4th level fly spell, he can give it to one additional creature when he casts it.
So that's gonna be a command one, not a reaction one, then?
It could be both.
Yeah, it could be both. It could be on command or if you are falling.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
which would basically be the command. It's like either when I tell you you're about to fall to your doom.
Okay.
It looks at the 100-foot drop and goes, I can probably survive that.
No
Doesn't cast fly. Doesn't cast fly.
Because you specified to your doom.
I guess the other specification, or you would be like more than a couple 100 feet away from us.
So, after I get him back up and check his pockets for any ID or anything, just the diamond and these magic clothes.
Yes. Funerary rites, then they can have his head.
You You're not thinking the head's going to do much without any fleshy bits on it because there's no actual mouth.
Okay.
If you chisel like the sculpture of a mouth into like the back of the skull, would that count?
No.
If you etch it so it's
Because
like
it
a
needs
puppet
the
thing,
stuff to actually make sound.
Can I do greater
Does that mean
restoration
we've
on it to
messed everything
restore
up
his ability
because
to
we've
speak?
gotten rid of the lungs?
those are part of making sound though.
That's passing through. It's the making the sounds do it.
So if
You could probably get it. You think if you do it the spell, you can get it to make a good whistling noise.
Can we attach like a harmonica to the bottom? If we give it a musical instrument, can it speak in song?
Just clack in Morse code.
Curious adventurers need answers.
I'm sure
It's just a skull.
literal necromancers would have explored all this. They're necromancers and creepy with dead things. They would have tried to explore the extent of their power.
I
But-
don't know. Cast it on him and then put a pen in his mouth.
Alright, I took Rage Step.
It's,
Aren't you whatever
Cleric?
Cleric? Yeah, you have all those spells. You just prepare ones.
Yeah, I prepared it.
You can just change them whenever you
He
want.
doesn't do that on a daily basis, though.
No, I write down the 15 spells I intend to use, and then I
I
don't
write down the
change them.
useful spells and then fill in a bubble on the ones I want to keep. I have prepared.
Yeah, I don't do that.
but anyways,
I write them down, and then I have a tick board for how many I have.
check
How many
the clothes.
more of them I
Let's
have.
identify.
Yeah, they're unbreakable.
The size for anyone here?
I mean, I don't know your character's actual sizes.
Well, it's
But
a
it's-
DM. Who do you say gets it, or it's in size, or do these magically change shape, or are these like a tiny
Sort of a
person's
general elfish size. Average elf.
So you're saying
Male.
they wouldn't fit.
foot? No.
They might be a little big or just right on me, depending on how, well built this dude is.
It was an average elf male. Completely average.
Then I might be about equivalent.
Yeah. The question is, Bob, that's the person who loves unbreakable clothes.
I already have unbreakable clothes. Why would I need 2 pairs of self-cleaning, always repaired clothes?
These are not self-cleaning.
Yeah,
These are dirty. They just don't break.
why would I want those?
Because I didn't realize your current clothes were self-cleaning and unbreakable.
Yeah, you know how I started this game with
Oh.
no money and bitched about it? There were a few things I did spend money on. One of them is a prosthetic eye for Ryan.
You're
Which
still
I'm
not
still
using that, are you?
No, I'm still carrying it. He won't accept it.
Put this in.
But the clothes
You
are,
creep me out!
but the clothes aren't probably in the form of my ceremonial outfit, so I'm not going to wear it.
Yeah,
Kind of a
my-
general adventurers guild. Adventurers.
Nope, I wear armor. I
Yeah,
don't
so-
need clothes.
I guess I'll take the
I mean, in all
unbreakable clothes.
technicality, you are probably wearing clothes underneath your armor.
Why would I be doing that?
No, you have your armor specific. Everyone else does.
Yeah.
Because
Why would I do
you
that?
need it. Your armor, because it grows into you, you actually don't.
Yeah.
In normal armor, you would absolutely
Oh,
need
yeah.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. You do that
For
normal.
padding and chafing.
Yeah. But this is literally coming out of your skin, so you got what you got.
This is my second skin.
But now I'm a shrine maiden covered in heavy armor.
I shall wear this unto
Heavy
death.
armor maiden.
We'll get you a nice tab.
Some of the billowing layers are
Town.
probably you've probably almost weaved in. Some are under, some are over.
Huh?
Some are probably under, some are over because
Oh, yeah,
those
yeah.
clothes are much more billowy. That some of them will fit.
Well,
They
some
work
of them
well.
have to flutter to perform their function.
Yeah.
Mm.
Unbreakable clothes.
Um.
And I guess I need to start playing with this and getting new combinations out. So, bro.
Well, there's now 3 switches.
Well, you guys are working on that. Further notes reveal that the key to restore Balornub to full power is hidden behind the deck of Hades. Furthermore, that the deck's defenses can be used to our own advantage to attack when utilized in a proper location. Basically going into... they have the power of Turtlenex. They're trying to restore Balornub to full power, at which point they can destroy the world. Key to do that is one of the cards within a deck they refer to as the Deck of Hades.
Mm-hmm.
And then talking about that, yes, they are actively using that deck, what they call its defenses, to attack. So you're thinking ripping those holes is a defense mechanism for the deck rather than the full function of that deck. But
So pull 2 enough cards until we get the key. Then we set the key out somewhere as
you also
bait.
know that Blornub is, in some degree, existing currently. Blornub has returned physically to the world, and is just not to full power at this point.
That's probably the guy,
So
right,
that's
right.
probably a key goal that you might want to
So
consider a problem to be taken care of. In fact, you specifically probably consider
so below needs
the
something-
Demon Lord as a personal. That seems like your like the problem you need to take care of.
So he needs something in this deck in order to become full powered.
Do we have the deck?
I do.
Do you have one urn here? Did you take the second urn from the person, or the first urn?
No,
The
we left
first
it back in.
is,
Okay.
Back
So
at the.
we'll have to go get that from
Mm-hmm.
Keeper, or what did we call him?
Yeah, just keeper.
He was keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Keeper, you crazy? Yes.
No,
Alright.
caretaker.
Caretaker. Yeah. I take care.
So, on an object, I'm going to try Object Seal Grow. Did you at some point go over...
I have some notes to it. I don't have all of them broken down, but I have some notes that tell me. Okay. So object and seals. Where you did that. Basically, will cause it to grow and stay at whatever size where you leave it at.
I don't know. I don't believe we've tested it on creatures yet.
The proton pack.
Yeah.
There is no creature button.
Okay.
Shrink, portal, grow, object, seal.
I did not know if people or other living things
So what if
counted
you
as object.
targeted the object that is someone's armor that they're in, and you shrink it?
You don't know?
Do you toothpaste them?
There are people around in armor if you want to.
I will, get one of the helmets and put it around some fruit and shrink seal object.
They both shrink in that case.
Yeah, because they're both objects.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Could you? No, it would not have the ability to discern.
So you have to we have to test it on a person.
Do we want to try to make the shield guardian bigger?
He's a construct, so he'd be a creature.
No, okay.
And also, he has to fit through doorways, so no.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in this cavern you're in, he already has to duck down to get through the doorways.
Yeah,
In fact, he has to go back this way. He cannot get through the...
through that way.
I start shrinking everything so we can take it with us.
Well, I mean, if you want to test that, I could turn it into an animal. You could shrink it.
I don't want to squish you.
Yeah, but then it turned back into meat.
Wearing a helmet way too small. It'll kill you again.
I don't think it'd work that way.
But was there anything in here that we wanted to take but felt was too big to take with us?
I turned them into grenades.
Oh yeah. And all the rest is just wine and food.
Wine, food, generic stuff.
If we wanted to test it out with Austin's idea of him turning into an animal, he just turns into a large size animal, and then if he gets hurt by it, he'll turn back into medium sized Yarok.
You would basically be having to use from something that I think basically all you have left at this point that hasn't been scrapped to stuff as far as like armor.
Well, I was gonna try. I don't think you ripped out all the metal bars and stuff, did you?
No, I assumed the metal bars were all still.
Yeah. So go to the broken one, and it's like, okay, turn into something big, and we'll try to shrink this with the hole in it, so the hole will shrink.
Okay. It doesn't shrink. The metal kind of wavers a bit and pulls against the outer structures, but it seems that you have reached some size barrier by choosing a room.
Okay, in that case...
Because it is viewing those bars as part of this room, because they're built into the room. So it does seem to be a size limitation that you have found on it. You cannot just go shrink a building.
In that case, I will play with the individual bricks of a wall. Does this consider it a self-contained item? Or...
Because you can kind of do it, you can go over. You can occasionally one will shrink out, but most of them seem to be part of the room. You kind of gather it's probably where things have broken. It's more like a brick that maybe you would go up and would wiggle a bit. That one, it will just shrink out of the wall.
You can use a barrel and just put it...
You can use a barrel, yeah. You could put a barrel over a gorilla head and...
I turn into a giant ram.
Okay, that makes sense for you.
Or giant goat.
Yeah. And you take 2 damage as the barrel like shrinks do it, and it even like malforms like against the side like the shape of the head as it is like shrinking around the object like vacuum sealing, but it doesn't seem to go beyond the creature. So you took 2 damage from that.
Can't breathe though.
Giant goat survives that.
Yes, but does it rebound instantly, or does it stay shrink wrapped? So
next turn, you take another damage.
Okay, so theoretically usable against people with armor. It's like, do you want clack once if you want me to undo this, or just turn back into a person?
I just turn back into a person.
Yeah.
And pull the barrel of my head.
Yeah.
Yes, that squeezes and causes hurt.
That could be
It's
useful.
frail at this point, and as it falls to the ground, it just breaks.
Yeah.
You do imagine there'd probably be a limit of it doing that before it would just...
Yeah, no, but I was thinking of doing it like on a metal codpiece kind of thing.
I will take some.
Dick move!
Literally.
Not for long.
Take some of the clothes we have, put it over Austin, and shrink a shirt or some pants. See if it restricts his movements, or just.
Do you do like your new set of clothes,
No,
or
not the unbreakable ones? Just some of
somebody's shirt or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even do damage. It just shrinks until it tears at the edges, and you Hulk right out of that.
Yeah. Mystery Men did that weapon.
No, you target somebody's boots and make
The
them too
shrink
big for
ray.
them to wear.
Yeah. It only works if they're really embarrassed by being nude. I'm not.
Yes.
Also, you have other clothes on underneath it, so...
I'm wearing armor.
Yes.
But yeah, you could do
How
that.
does it go to
Target
the
people's
bathroom?
weapons, make
I
them too
don't.
small to use, or make them too
Or
big.
more
Into the
simply,
armor.
I go into the armor.
Then the armor goes itself.
Yeah.
Off through the leg.
Well, hold this item, get a weapon, shrink that while it's in his hand. It's like, how fine can I target this?
You can make a dexterity save.
I'm just holding it there.
Okay, so it works.
Okay, so
If someone tries to put it into it, then yeah. There's at least some level of resistance that he might be able to do, but...
and I switch it over, make it big. It's like, when do you think you could stop using this in? Is it being bigger, make it more damaging as we hit a table or something with it?
Does it get heavier?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely weighs more.
Yeah, okay, so this is gaining mass and volume.
It's like the balance is all off, though.
Yeah.
As it falls off, so it just chips.
Okay, so this also makes it brittle. I forgot it made stuff brittle and damages. Meaning, if I could trick someone into putting on the unbreakable shirt and then shrink that, that could really do some damage. Or at least constrict them very much.
Here, put on these clothes. Ha ha!
My sworn enemy, we meet at last. Our duel shall be legend. But could you put this on first? Just real quick, they're really nice. Freshly laundered, not covered in poison.
Go to the
Thanks, Hercules' wife.
Yeah, exactly. Not covered in
the
poison.
portal room, stand back from it, shrink, grow, seal, to see if I can make a bubble of the lens to see stuff, and it stays there.
Yes, yeah. Basically, while they're that's basically while it's all clicked on. It's just they're.
So I do it, and I can walk around it, and it stays there until I turn it off, and then it disappears.
When you seal it, you also find that while you can walk around kind of in that little area, the pack itself does not seem to be able to leave that bubble. That bubble almost seems to lock the pack itself. Specifically, like some sort of central part of the back of it that's within the casing. It seems to basically be unable to leave the bubble that it has created with Shrink and Grow.
Okay. But I can still move my arm and stuff out of Shrink.
Yeah,
Grow.
you could walk out of it. You could set the pack down within it and move. You could even get half of the pack out. It's just there's a spot where all of a sudden as you're walking out, like your back gets caught on it, and the backpack is kind of hung up on it.
Okay. I will grow the portal, then try to shrink, grow portal.
Well, and you're actually messing with the portal, so we need to be careful because it's possible to lock yourselves in. There's a soft lock state here.
Yes, it's called using seal on any of these.
Well, then we just deck many things out, though.
Yeah, we could get out.
Shrink, grow, portal all at once. Nothing that you can see happens.
Okay.
Because it is still while the portal is just imperceptible.
Well, no, I grew the portal first.
Okay, so you grow the portal, and then you shrink, grow portal. That sort of, like, becomes clarity, and you can see onto the other side into that spider realm of the darkness and web.
So, now we can see through portals. Very good.
By the way, I'm assuming you're keeping notes. Well, then maybe none of these function in the future.
Shrink, grow, portal.
Shrink, grow, portal allows us to see through portals.
See, we should have found a way to capture the gelatinous cube and then just put that in the spider realm. Just,
It would fall.
Just
parting gift to the spiders.
It would just fall.
remember the spider realm's a big open abyss of just
there's
spider
no
webs.
floor.
Yeah.
It would just fall.
Well, put it in the webs then.
It would eventually hit
It
a web
would
and split
slop
like
around
Jell-O.
the web and fall.
Yeah, it keeps itself in cube shape on the webs, invisible because it's not moving.
Then it would either hit a web and just land in a web, or
Yeah, it just hangs there. It's the ultimate spider trap. You think you're in a regular web, but you're
It
not.
would fall. It would go through the web. It's ooze. It would ooze through it, rejoining on the other side and fall. It would eternally fall. It would fall forever, and it would never stop falling. You would be putting it in a realm of falling, to which case there was like a column of just falling forever.
also random Drider one day just hit by a full,
What
maximum
That
velocity
might happen.
ooze.
It's like, what happened to Janet? I don't know. She was coming to work and she just never showed up. Never seen her again.
Also, I want all of these demon Driders to have white suburban mom names. Karen, Janet, Sharon.
That's like, oh, you gotta stay out of Web 6-7. Why? Web 6-7 out in Delta Quadrant? Ooh, there's something wrong with that web.
Every now and again.
People go out there and they just don't come back. That's nonsense. That's outsider nonsense. I went through 6-7 and I was fine. I'm just saying, a lot of disappearances happen over at 6-7.
It's the Bermuda Triangle of this dimension.
Because at that point you would have to assume the plane loops. Because
Yeah,
6-7 would
it
be
does.
at one spot.
It does.
Oh, okay.
Every now and then,
It actually doesn't cleanly loop. It would actually hit multiple points,
every now and then,
too.
someone just goes through there and they don't come back.
Where's Sherry? She was supposed to come to the hot pot.
Yes, all Driders are suburban house moms.
Did you see Alice? I know her web is looking filthy this year. Has been the same.
So do you guys... What are you doing? You're clearing up dice, but
Yes.
We long rested, we experimented, we're ready to go back out and...
do you long rest again?
Yeah, sure.
As it's been
A
No.
full day.
Yeah, another
I
full
need
day
16
and
hours.
Then, and then
No,
talk to heads.
next
Or
one
do,
is Talk to the dead bodies.
Okay, so talking heads is next time.
We got another day.
Okay. You can roll your cryptocurrency,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Mr. Put all of your dice away.
I get
Why are
one.
you rolling both?
They
I
come,
don't know.
they come back out. It's fine. got
See, I had a 9 on that
7.
one before, but my dumbass.
70 got 3. You could try to roll 2 of them.
It could be worse.
Could be 1.
Could be a 1.
What'd you get, Ryan?
5.
5. And join us next time. I'll try and remember to record from the start.
No, don't. It's been great.
Just wasted a bit of extra time from us. I'm really glad it wasn't a combat.
I'm sure I get that life back. That half hour of life you've wasted. I'm sure I get that back at the end, right?
Yeah.
It's like, the opposite of snow days.
I'll speak to the guy upstairs. I'm in good. Join us next time for more. Bye.